And we're live. And we have sound. YouTube, if that was you, you could eat a dick. Cause that's that bullshit. My nigga Blackjack 94, Birmingham, Alabama, up in this mother. I ain't monetized no way, so I could start cussing. I don't know why I be doing that. I be letting a minute burn on YouTube. I think I'm cracking on YouTube now, though. Anybody who can go to the YouTube, please check that for me. Matter of fact, if you want something done right, do it yourself. It is time to go to YouTube and get this sound cracking. Thank you so very much, Britt. That's what I'm saying. Like, now let's do a sound test on my board. Do a sound test on my board. It's time to go. Let's do it. Where we at with it? Check now, Bone. And then there was bass. Good evening, motherfuckers and motherfuckers. This is your host, Uncle Dolemite of the Too Much Game Podcast, live from the sanctuary once again. Too many technical difficulties, too little time. Trying to get all this shit cracking at the same time. Niggas started the fucking stream on YouTube with no fucking sound. Nigga, my motherfucking iPhone not charging and shit, so that live might end. Ain't no telling. But the show must go on, my nigga. Live podcasting at its finest. Nigga, I had to fucking get that shit cracking. I'm live on YouTube, Bonsky. Check that shit. Refresh the page and it might pop up. But yeah, nigga, like, motherfucker got on YouTube, started the stream, no sound. I could clearly see at the bottom that I ain't had no sound. Now, according to my laptop, my roadcaster was working. When I first turned the roadcaster on, I didn't have no microphone sound. Like, it was none. It wasn't even registering. So I had to reset that, redo that, reconfigure, reconnect, disconnect everything, and go back and reconnect everything. So now on YouTube has sound. My phone, I'm looking at it, it's still charging, but it's something that I'm gonna have to monitor throughout the show. So I can have a live stream on Instagram, because even though Zuckerberg a punk ass bitch, I still got a audience on my Instagram. So I keep that shit cracking over there. But yeah, today's episode, if you can see the title on YouTube, Playas Fuck Up. What's going on, little Mike? My cousin in the Instagram live and shit. But yeah, nigga, today's episode, Jonathan Watson. What's the deal? Motherfucking Sports for You podcast. Sports number 4, letter U. Y'all niggas check them niggas out live on Tuesdays and Fridays. Live on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, everything. Them niggas live everywhere. It's not showing you live shit. I got people live. I got John Watson. I got Britt up in here. But yeah, y'all niggas check out Sports for You Wrestling Podcast too. Sports number 4, letter U, Wrestling with Jonathan Watson and Trail. Niggas be doing they big one. But today's episode is gonna be about mistakes. Oddly enough, because shit happens, my nigga. Mistakes happen, glitches happen. Sometimes your equipment don't work. Shit fucks up. Nigga, you gotta hold yourself accountable, my nigga. Like, you gotta go through all your proper channels. What's going on, my nigga Rod Uncensored? Right after I finish this, I'm gonna be on the Rod Uncensored podcast. So y'all niggas go subscribe to the Rod Uncensored comedy motherfucking YouTube page. I'm gonna be on there right after I finish this motherfucker. Wrap everything up, keep everything hooked up, so I could be on Rod Uncensored's podcast. Shout out to Rod Uncensored. But like I said, nigga, today's episode, motherfucker gonna be talking about mistakes, my nigga, because like I said, like when it came to today, right now, nigga started this motherfucker, didn't have no sound and shit, like, but The show must go on, my nigga. Like, you never want to allow mistakes, things not going your way, you not being able to perform to your best of your ability to stop you from doing anything. Like, you should have a short memory when it comes to a whole lot of shit because you don't want to always dwell on negativity, my nigga. Like, negativity is a part of life. Things going wrong is a part of life. A lot of times things going wrong is what helps you appreciate things going right. The fact that you understand that things can go wrong. The fact that you understand that things do go wrong. Like with this shit, like in podcasting, nigga, every episode is not gonna be your best episode. Every episode is not gonna be flawless. Every time you turn your fucking computer on, that bitch not gonna turn on, my nigga. Like, sometimes your equipment fails you, nigga. Sometimes you fail yourself, nigga. Sometimes you just wasn't in the best mood. Or sometimes you couldn't come up with the best topic, my nigga. Like, it happens. But in life, nigga, it's not about how many times you fall off the fucking horse. It's about how many times you get your ass back up. It's not about how many times you lose a fight. It's about how many times you win. Like something that I talk about a lot, like when we have like hip hop debates, like with the homies, like, who's the best rapper and, who had the best career or who had the best legacy in hip hop and things like that. Like I tell them, like, nigga, I don't really count niggas whack albums. Like they like, oh, LL Cool J cool, but he got a lot of whack ass albums. A whole lot of motherfuckers had whack albums, my nigga. But to me, I don't really count that against your legacy unless you just 99% whack as a motherfucker and then you just fucked around and got lucky one time and had a good fucking run. Like, I don't really count the bottom pause. I usually count, what you did at your peak, my nigga. Like, what did you do when you was at your best? Because to me, that's all that counts. I don't count niggas' mistakes. Like, we all fuck up. If you look at comedians, rappers, actors, entertainers, anybody, my nigga, anything, when you started out, you sucked at it. Like I talk about that shit a lot when it comes to the Too Much Game podcast, my nigga. I cannot listen to the pilot episode. I cringe my way through it, my nigga. I get like 2 or 3 minutes in, I gotta turn it off. That episode was so fucking garbage. I literally can't listen to it. But, I got better, my nigga. Like, I don't count my whack ass episodes against how good I think my show is. Like, I think every fucking podcast has some whack episodes. And I'm not even gonna say whack in the terms of like it's just super unlistenable, it's just terrible. But when you compare it to what a nigga best is, it's not as it's not as good as the top. And that's the thing too. Like, something that me and JP Justice, my mentor, shout out JP Justice, the comedian out of New York, something we talked about, my nigga. Like, a lot of times failure is relative. Like, just because you think that what you did was not good to you or to the standard that you're used to doesn't mean that it wasn't good. Like when I was in New York, like I tell y'all the story of Truth, when I performed at Truth in Queens. In my head, I bombed. To me, that was bombing. To him, I didn't bomb. He said there were people laughing. They didn't boo. They didn't say get this nigga off the stage. You just didn't get the laughs that you're used to because you just left comedy in Harlem. You just left 275 Park Avenue Laughaholics. You had them niggas in there busting up, laughing. Like you blew the roof off the building. That's not gonna happen every time, my nigga. There's gonna be shows where you're just gonna get 2 or 3 laughs. There might be some shows you don't really get no laughs, but that don't mean that you necessarily doing super bad. It just means you didn't do as good as you are used to doing. Sometimes you get on a motherfucking stage and you get a crowd full of fake cool motherfuckers. Like, nigga, I've done shows where you can look in their face and tell that it's funny to them, but they're hiding their laughs. What's going on? My mom in the building. Like, nigga, you performing and they're laughing, but they like they'll literally hide their face and cover their mouth. So you can't hear the laugh. You doing good, but you're not getting that ha 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 laugh that you used to. Like, again, nigga, it might literally feel like a failure when it really ain't. And that's the thing. Like, you can't allow things like that to discourage you from doing shit. Like if you a hip hop artist, sometimes the crowd not gonna give you the energy that you used to. They might genuinely be enjoying what you're doing. They're just not reacting in the way that you're used to having them react. That's just a fact of life, like, again. And this is something that, like, literally, nigga, like I tell y'all a lot about the way that I podcast. Nigga, sometimes I'll be talking to myself with a lot of this shit. Because this is something that I personally struggle with. Like, I personally deal with this shit. Like, nigga, me and the homie Uncle Bob, we talk about this shit a lot in comedy. Like, sometimes the energy that you getting back from the crowd might not be what you want, but it's still cool. You still got a job to do. You still supposed to be performing to the best of your ability, even though you not getting that sound that you used to. What's going on, Ruger 2 for real? What's going on, Tay? How you doing? That's the thing. Like, nigga, a lot of times we feed off the energy of the crowd. Like, me personally, like, that's something that I got to get over. Like, I do it pretty well because I'm used to performing well. I'm used to getting a lot of laughs. So when I'm performing on stage and motherfuckers is laughing hard, they loud, they attentive and all of that shit, nigga, that shit boosts me up. Nigga, I be in that motherfucker like, yeah, nigga. It's like a fight, nigga. When them punches is landing and that motherfucker, oh, nigga, it make you punch even harder because your energy, you feeding off of your success. But like I say all the time, like, nigga, if you can be built up in success, you can be killed in failure. So you got to make sure that, nigga, whether you succeeding or failing, you have the ability to keep your energy at a certain level. What's going on, Native Beauty oh 05? Like, that's the thing. Like, nigga, I can't allow the crowd to dictate my energy. I can't allow the crowd to be able to dissipate how well I feel about my performance because, again, I'm guilty of that. That's happened to me a bunch of times in comedy, my nigga. Like, I've gone in rooms where it's a high energy room, it's a lot of laughs, everybody is attentive, everybody is involved, and I'm having a great fucking show because my energy is up high. Then I've had shows where them niggas' energy was low and so was mine. And it's like, I can't allow that shit to happen, my nigga. Like, shout out my nigga Hugo, Hugo the comedian. I forgot Hugo last name. Worldwide Hugo on Instagram. Like, Hugo, the one thing I like about Hugo and Hugo's performances, and I say this all the time, every time I see him and every time I comment on his shit on Instagram, that nigga has big fucking energy, my nigga. Like, whenever Hugo gets on that stage, nigga, Hugo get on that motherfucking stage like it's a Netflix special. Hugo get on that stage like he performing at the fucking Staples Center, my nigga. That nigga get on that stage and it's like, nigga, I'm here, nigga. Like, he let the world know it's Hugo in the motherfucking building. Like, that nigga energy, like, that's some shit I wish I could I wish I could have. What's going on, Unreachable Beauty? And what y'all niggas saying in the comments, Britt said, like, when Method Man and them did the show for the younger crowd and it wasn't what they were used to. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, like, the thing I like about Hugo and the way Hugo performs, his energy is here no matter what. Good room, bad room, 3 niggas in the crowd, 3,000 people in the fucking stadium. Nigga, Hugo is up here with that shit. What's going on, Uncle Bob? Like, I like to see the way Hugo performs. Like, I've seen Hugo in some bullshit ass venues, some bullshit ass shows. And every time that nigga get his ass on stage, you wouldn't know that watching him. Like me, when I go in and it's whack, I'm yeah, nigga. So here go these jokes, nigga, whatever, dog, blah, 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 whoop de whoop, nigga. Y'all niggas whack, I'm whack too. Fucking nigga, we all whack. Hugo, shit, nigga, that nigga in that motherfucker. Y'all niggas could. Hugo, I feel like Hugo could perform comedy at a toddler's funeral and still get the same fucking energy up, my nigga. Like, Hugo could be doing a fucking eulogy, and it's gonna be a high energy eulogy, my nigga. Like, that's some shit I gotta develop that because I ain't got that shit, nigga. My energy is wherever y'all shit at, nigga. I match energy. And I shouldn't be doing that. That's not a good thing for a comedian. And what you say, Baylor? I feed off the personal feedback. Public feedback is cool, but them random texts be golden. I appreciate my listeners. Crash out teas on sale till 5:49 p.m. Yeah, nigga, I need me one. Nigga, I need a crash out tee. But, again, like that's kind of how it is with podcasting too, on some real shit. Because, I say that all the time. I literally got a folder in my phone called motivation, where I literally screenshot all the text messages, all the DMs, and all that shit of niggas who send me shit like, oh man, your show really helped me, blah, blah, blah. Like, you be doing your thing, your podcast is dope. Nigga, I screenshot and save all that shit. Like, that's literally my motivation to keep going. Same as like I said about comedy, my nigga. Like, us as comedians, we need those laughs. Like, that's why a lot of times, like, depending on the energy in the room, and when I get ready to get on stage, if I just watch two or three niggas bomb, something that I'll do before I like start into my set, like I'll literally tell the crowd, like, hey, nigga, while I'm up here, can I get y'all niggas to make a little fake laugh real quick, nigga? So I see that y'all motherfuckers have the ability to make sound. Y'all know this not a library, right? Like, y'all know this not a funeral, my nigga. Like, this is not a TED talk. We need for y'all motherfuckers to make noise while we up here doing our thing. You know, with all due respect, my nigga, y'all motherfuckers do the opposite of shutting the fuck up. We need y'all niggas to laugh. If something is funny, please laugh, my nigga. You do not lose no cool points, my nigga. Your bitch is not finna not give you no pussy because you was laughing too hard, my nigga. Please, by all means, let us get that laugh up out you, my nigga. We need that. What's going on, Burger Dungeon? That's the fucking thing. Like, that's the energy that we need to perform well, my nigga. Like, we need that. But again, nigga, if we're not getting that as professionals, we still have to have the ability to perform. Like me personally, like I said, like that night at Truth, nigga, like JP had told me, he was like, nigga, one of your problems, and it's not a really, really bad problem, it's just something that I'm noticing that you got to work on. Like, the one thing that I did when I was in Truth, even though those niggas wasn't giving me the feedback that I wanted, I still performed my jokes like them niggas wasn't here. Because one thing that I pride myself on is my level of professionalism. So even though they wasn't really reacting the way that I wanted them to, I still did my thing. I did my motherfucking 10-minute set. Nigga, I performed until I got that light. Did my jokes, got the fuck off stage. He was like, nigga, what I need you to do more of is when you're not getting the energy that you want, try to involve the crowd to wake them up. Like, try to get them to give you the energy, my nigga. Like, make them motherfuckers engage with you. Like, make them niggas, pay attention to you. Because I just did my set, my nigga. I did my jokes like I was performing that shit in a fucking empty room, nigga. Like, here's the jokes, here's the jokes, here's the jokes. Damn, these niggas ain't laughing. Here's the fucking jokes, here's the fucking jokes. Damn, these niggas still ain't fucking with it. Damn, here go the jokes. What I should have did was, damn, nigga, do y'all hear me? Y'all niggas alive? Hey, can I get some claps? Hey, nigga, you right there, nigga, with the drink. Hey, nigga, can you raise a glass? Are you niggas awake? Like, I should have got they fucking attention. But I just pride myself on my professionalism. So in the fact that it wasn't what I was expecting, I still did my shit. I just didn't involve the crowd. And that's what I should have did. Again, like, the reason that this fucking show is gonna be about failure and things not going your way and making mistakes is because a lot of times you learn the most when you fuck up. Like the episode that I did when I recapped my New York trip, that room in Truth is one of the best things that could have happened to me in comedy. That's the reason that I went to New York. Because things like that, like shit not going my way, is what made me be able to be the comedian that I am. That's the reason that I was able to go the next night into I-9 Lounge, which was a tough ass room in itself, and kick they fucking back in. Because, okay, nigga, now I know what it feels like to deal with a difficult room. Now I know what adversity feels like on that fucking stage. Now I know what it's like to get an ass whooping. Now I get to come in here and really fuck y'all ass up because I know what it's like to get punched hard. Like a motherfucker put me on my pockets and I know that I have the ability to get up now. Nigga, now I'm a whole different fucking animal, my nigga. Like when I went into that I-9 land, nigga, I went in that motherfucker like literally, nigga, like a boxer, nigga, fresh off a loss. Like, nigga, I'm coming this motherfucker for vengeance now. Like, this shit tonight, oh, nigga, I'm on a revenge tour now, nigga. Like I'm coming in this motherfucker ready to swing on any motherfucker. And that's what it was. What's going on, my nigga? Joe got hoes up in this motherfucker. That's the thing, my nigga. Like, you gotta go in any fucking situation, nigga. Like, you take a loss as a lesson. You take a loss as a learning moment, like a teachable moment. Like, okay, that shit did not go right. I gotta assess where I fucked up at. Like I said, nigga, literally, when I started my nigga, my microphone didn't work on my roadcaster. Nigga, the sound was dead on YouTube. Nigga, like literally nothing. Nigga, I did a 5-minute stream, no sound. Luckily, again, you gotta assess where you're fucking up at. Like, you can't just allow adversity to stop you from doing something. Like, nigga, never in my career of comedy have a room been so tough I dropped the microphone and walked the fuck off the stage. No. Nigga, I take where I fucked up at. That's part of why I record every single set, my nigga. I take this motherfucking camera with me, nigga. Every time I do comedy, I take my camera with me. If I don't got this motherfucker, I got one of my phones or something. I always try to record because, again, if I fuck up, I want to know, okay, what did I fuck up? What did I do wrong? Where was the disconnect? Same with this shit, my nigga. In the midst of failure, you should be paying attention to everything going on. What am I doing wrong? Like, what's happening that I'm not used to? Where is the miscommunication happening? Because, with communication, with relationships, with dealing with other people, like, with a divorce, with a breakup, with getting fired from a job. I'm not just finna make this a whole comedy, everything, because this ain't no fucking comedy show. But like, even when you in a fucking relationship, my nigga, when somebody break up with you, or when you have an argument with somebody, or a misunderstanding or a disagreement, you want to look at, okay, nigga, where am I failing in communicating to this person? Why is it that they can't understand what I'm trying to convey to them? Where are we breaking down in how I'm articulating myself? Like, what is it that I'm saying wrong? Like, is it the tone? Is it the words that I'm using? Are they having a bad day? Like, what is it that I'm doing wrong that I'm not communicating effectively with this person? What am I misunderstanding that they saying? Like, what is it that they saying that I'm not getting? Because obviously we shouldn't be in an argument. We shouldn't be in a situation where we're looking at each other wrong. Like, where is it that we fucking up? And a big part of that, when it comes to mistakes that you make, when it comes to things not going your way, when it comes to misunderstandings or disagreements with people, you got to take accountability for the fact that sometimes you might be wrong. Sometimes you might be the one expressing yourself incorrectly, my nigga. Like, even when it comes to, like I say, nigga, failure in comedy. One thing that JP told me, and this was some shit that he told me, nigga, when I first got to New York, like, one of the first things he told me was, you never blame the crowd. If you having a bad fucking set, you're having a bad set. You don't have a bad crowd. You having a bad set. There's somebody that could come in here and make these same fucking people laugh. So you don't say, oh, them niggas was whack, man. Them niggas wasn't laughing at shit. You wasn't making them laugh at shit. You was whack. Nigga, you might be the greatest comedian in the world to yourself, but that night, you wasn't all that motherfucking good because you wasn't able to make them niggas laugh. That's the fucking thing, my nigga. Like, if you're not effective, that's on you, not on them. If you couldn't get the motherfucking car running, you blame your mechanic skills, not the fucking car. Like, nigga, you should be able to get that motherfucker running because there's a mechanic out there that'll get that motherfucker running. Same with the crowds out there, my nigga. Same with anything, like I said, with miscommunication, same with effective interpersonal skills, my nigga. Like, there's somebody that this motherfucker can get along with. It just ain't your ass. So that's the thing when it comes to me. Like, nigga, when it comes to failure, I always embrace failure as an opportunity to learn something, my nigga. I don't look at it as something that's gonna discourage me to stop doing something unless it's just something that, like, I realize that I have the inability to do. Because, there's that. Some motherfuckers, I say it all the time. Nigga, me and Uncle Bob talk about that shit all the time. I genuinely feel like there's some niggas that shouldn't be doing comedy. They just don't have the ability, my nigga. God didn't bless them with the ability to make people laugh. You shouldn't be doing this shit. But I don't discourage people or tell motherfuckers to stop. I have my own personal feelings, my nigga. I might be incorrect. That's why I don't make it a point to tell people to stop doing shit. Cause I might be wrong, my nigga. Like, I just might have heard you have bad sex. And I think, hey, damn, nigga, maybe you should stop. But in your heart of hearts, you might feel like this is something that you determined to get good at. So you gonna do it until you succeed. So don't allow my opinion to stop you from doing the damn thing. But me personally, there's some shit that I just feel like I can't do. I don't feel like I could rap. That's why I don't rap. Cause I just feel like that wasn't a talent God gave me, my nigga. I'm good at talking this shit. I ain't good at making it rhyme. I feel like I got the voice for rap. I got the demeanor for rap, but I don't have the bars, my nigga. That's just not something I was blessed with. And what you say, Baylor, learning from your mistakes is a beautiful thing. I applaud my peers for getting better over time. Cater to the audience that supports your passion. Exactly, my nigga. Because us in podcasting, a lot of us know that. Like, we gotta find our fucking audience, my nigga. Your podcast might not be good to, nigga number 1, 2, 3, or 4, but 5, 6, 7, and 8 might love that motherfucker. You gotta find your fucking tribe. And what you say, Britt Renee, failure builds your character as long as you're learning from it. Exactly. And like I said, that's what this whole fucking episode is about. Like, nigga, not allowing failure to deter you from doing anything, but nigga, just to, redirect you to do things correctly. What's going on, Aladdin Saddam, my brother from Kansas City? Like that's the fucking thing, and like I say, just about mistakes in general, my nigga, like something that I put on my Instagram notes. I think I put it on Twitter and all that shit too. It say your YouTube isn't coming up. Yeah, nigga, it's on YouTube. I don't know what the fuck happened, my nigga. My first YouTube stream was dead ass silent. So I had to fucking close that motherfucker and redo it. So I'm live on YouTube. You might have to literally go to the Too Much Game podcast page specifically to find the stream. I don't know what the fuck going on, nigga. YouTube was on some bullshit this morning or today. But like I said, my nigga, like what I put on Twitter, Threads, and my Instagram note was failure should refine you, not define you. Like, nigga, just because you failed at something don't mean that it should be something that you hold as like a scarlet letter on your name. That's not something that you should keep and hold on to as, oh man, I failed, so I'm a failure. No, you failed, so you're a human. You made a mistake because you're a human. You fuck up. Like the nigga said in Friday, nigga, players fuck up. Like, nigga, shit, nigga, that don't make you no less of a player. That just mean you fucked up. What's going on, Casey? What's going on, Blurred Explorer? What's going on, Lover Girl 527? Like, nigga, you make mistakes. It's a part of the game. Curry missed 3-pointers, my nigga. That don't define them. Like, again, one of my favorite analogies that I've always used on this show, not as much recent, but for damn show, I'm gonna start bringing it back. Pause. Kobe is the all-time leading shot misser in NBA history. Nobody has missed more shots in NBA history than Kobe Bryant. He's the all-time leader in bricks, but he's not known for that. He's known for having 5 fucking championships. He's known for being a multiple-time All-Star. He's known as being the Black Mamba. He's known as being one of the greatest Lakers of all time. That's what he's known for. He's not known for being the all-time leader in missed shots. A lot of motherfuckers do not know that, my nigga. Like a lot of motherfuckers don't know. The same motherfuckers that are the all-time leaders in turnovers are Hall of Famers. The niggas that literally lead the league all time in mistakes made are Hall of Famers, my nigga. Like, nigga, it just comes with the territory, my nigga. You having more turnovers than everybody in the league comes with you having the ball in your hands more than anybody in the league, my nigga. Like, nigga, anybody who does anything enough is gonna make mistakes. That's just a part of doing things well, my nigga. That's the part of doing things. Nigga, the more you do something, the more you gonna fuck up, nigga. That's just life. So you shouldn't allow the fact that you fucked up. You shouldn't allow the mistakes that you've made and things define who you are. It should just be something that you use as fuel to get better at doing the shit. Like, nigga, I fucked up. Yeah, I'm on YouTube, KC. You probably just got to go to my actual Too Much Game podcast YouTube page because I did a stream and it was dead ass silent. So now, for some reason, YouTube ain't telling motherfuckers that I'm live on that motherfucker. But let me see. Let me go to my fucking phone, even though I'm interrupting the game. But it is what it is. Like I'm for damn show live on this motherfucker. Let me turn the volume down. See, look, I'm live on YouTube right now. That's my YouTube. I'm live. But yeah, like I said, let me see what Ebony say. You're only on the personal page. You're on only on your personal page. The Too Much Game podcast isn't showing. Damn, am I on my personal Instagram? YouTube? I am on my personal YouTube. Well, fuck it. Too Much Game podcast got it on my personal Uncle Dolemite motherfucking YouTube page. Welcome, motherfuckers. Damn, that's crazy. I'm on my personal YouTube page. Fuck you, YouTube. How the fuck am I on my personal page? That's that bullshit. Damn, you right. I'm gonna have to fucking upload that motherfucking stream that bitch to my motherfucking personal page. That's wild as shit. But what you say, Baylor? With that being said, we recording this episode of ours next weekend. I hit your secretary up. They sent me to the voicemail. Damn. Baylor is the biggest liar in podcasting. Baylor been talking like we was gonna do a fucking podcast together since I knew this nigga. It's been a long fucking time. Me and Baylor done said we was gonna do a podcast together forever and ever and ever. Damn near my whole podcast career, and it never fucking materialized. Cause Baylor be on that bullshit. What's going on, Cool Out on the podcast? Baylor, BTG for President podcast, lying. Open Run with BTG podcast, nigga be lying. We should have been did a fucking podcast. Baylor be on that bullshit. The B in Baylor is for bullshitting. I found out. I thought the B was for blood, but the B is for bullshitting. That's why his name is Baylor. Because his real last name ain't Baylor. The B is for bullshitting. But like I said, my nigga, like you don't allow the mistakes that you make to define you. Like the mistake of me doing this goddamn podcast from my personal YouTube page, my nigga. I don't know how the fuck that happened because my motherfucking YouTube page on my laptop is defaulted to the Too Much Game podcast page. So I don't know how the fuck it's on my personal YouTube page. That's some bullshit. Maxed out for the bankroll. The ism up in this motherfucker. Mob Ties coming out 3 days, my nigga. April 16th. Y'all look out for Mob Ties with Eastside Deuce and Maxed Out for the bankroll. But yeah, nigga. You don't allow your mistakes to define you. Your mistakes should refine you. When you miss a shot on a motherfucking game, okay, what the fuck did I do wrong? Was my feet set incorrectly? Did I release the ball too hard, nigga? Did I not have my hands placed in the right? Was it just a bad shot in general? Did the defender, put his hand up? Did I miss something? Like, you always take accountability for when you make a mistake. Like this right here. I'm live on the wrong fucking page. It's probably a whole lot of motherfuckers like, damn, nigga, what a stream at? What a shit at? It's on my goddamn personal page. I don't know how I fucked that up. I don't know how that happened. I don't know if I got to try to like do some type of shit where I put my other shit and say, don't forget Uncle Dolemite on that motherfucker. Hell yeah, nigga. I did the motherfucking intro and the outro for Mob Ties. So y'all make sure to go get the Mob Ties project by Eastside Deuce and Maxed Out for the bankroll because I'm on the motherfucking intro and the outro. I'm the first and last voice you hear on that goddamn album. So shout out to me. I should have been there for the motherfucking the photo shoot for the fucking album cover, nigga. They should have just like put me like somewhere in the back, like by the house, doing this shit, like on the porch or some shit, nigga. So I could have been a part of the fucking cover or some shit. But hey, man, long as I make it into the credits. What's going on, Norja? But like I say, my nigga, like anything that you do, my nigga, when it comes to you having a failure, you don't allow that shit to stop you or discourage you because you built for this shit, my nigga. Like the thing is, when it comes to anything that I do, like I know I'm a fuck up. I don't want to fuck up. I don't enjoy fucking up. But when I fuck up, literally, dog, like when I have them terrible ass performances, I watch the video. Okay, where did I fuck up at? What did I say wrong? What did I do wrong? Because even in comedy, when it comes to a whack ass crowd, Because even though JP told me don't blame the crowd, sometimes I ain't gonna front. I blame the crowd. I'll be like, fuck that. I know these were some good ass jokes. But again, the thing is, it's not that the crowd was super whack. It's just that those wasn't the jokes for that particular crowd. Sometimes you wasn't the comedian for that particular crowd. And that's the fucking thing. Like sometimes when I have a fucked up set, I'm just like, you know what? Maybe they just wasn't fucking with what I had going on. Maybe them niggas just didn't like me. Because a lot of times when it comes to comedy, it's damn near like a popularity contest. Like you're trying to sell yourself to this audience, my nigga. Nigga, sometimes like they're genuinely basing how hard they gonna laugh at what you say to how much they like you. If they don't like you, a lot of times, it's just like with anything, nigga. Imagine you and your best friend is having a conversation and he crack a joke. That's your best friend. You gonna laugh. You think it's funny. That's your homie. Then your baby mama that you hate coming this motherfucker, that bitch say the exact same shit your best friend just said. That shit not funny, bitch. I don't like you. I don't like that joke. Your supervisor that just got done reprimanding you come and make a joke. That same joke, that shit not funny. Like when your favorite coworker say that shit. So when it comes to us in comedy and a lot of what we do, my nigga, like it's funny when it's a motherfucker that you like doing something, not when it's a motherfucker that you don't like doing that same shit. Like nigga, that shit just hit different when it's a motherfucker that you like doing some shit, as opposed to a motherfucker that you don't like doing some shit. When it's a motherfucker who you can't stand, the jokes ain't hitting, my nigga. Even when it comes to the delivery, because again, a thing that I respect and I enjoy about Hugo, the comedian, my nigga, Hugo comes in likable. He comes in with good energy. He comes in with high energy. So that's the one thing when it comes to his performances, you can't blame him for that. Like if he do bad, it's because the jokes was bad. Because the energy for damn sure was there. That nigga stage presence, that shit was there. That motherfucker, his stage presence is like, you just can't wait to hear what this motherfucker got to say. Cause that nigga energy is up here. Like, what the fuck is this nigga finna do? Cause I'm for damn sure tuned the fuck in. Like this motherfucker, it's like the circus came to town, my nigga. Like no shade. That's just the example, the acknowledgement, like the analogy. I'm not calling this nigga a clown. I'm just saying when this nigga come in, it's like it's like the beginning of a fucking Busta Rhymes concert or something. It's like, what the fuck? What nigga, what are you finna say? Like me personally, like I said, nigga, if I come in and the energy low, or if it ain't enough people, or if the crowd is whack, or them niggas just sound like some bullshit, or I just seen 3 or 4 comedians bomb before me, nigga, I'm coming that motherfucker like, I'm just clocking in. Fuck it. This just a work day for me. Like, but if it's pretty bitches in the crowd and motherfuckers is laughing and the music is good and the DJ got it cracking, nigga, I'm gonna have Hugo energy, my nigga. And again, it's just one of them things when it comes to energy, my nigga. When it comes to just how well you do what you do, how confident you are in what you do. Because the thing is, when it comes to confidence, my nigga, when it comes to energy, dog, like when it comes to success and failure, a lot of times your failure is based on your approach to what you did. How you approach the passion, the energy that you brought to what you did. If you come in with some bullshit ass energy, nigga, you have the tendency to fail. You have the tendency to not do as well as you would have done if your energy was up here, my nigga. When you come in with the energy of feeling like you're gonna do well, when you come in feeling the confidence of knowing that you can do well, a lot of times you have a tendency to do well. But if you come in with that bullshit ass energy with your shoulders slump, feeling like you might not do all that good, you probably won't do all that good. Nigga, sometimes like you literally gotta lie to yourself to psych yourself up to feel like you have the ability to perform well. Like, when I'm gonna come in here, I'm gonna kick they motherfucking back in. Even if that ain't the fucking case, my nigga. Sometimes this might be your first time doing something. When it come to me in comedy, nigga, sometimes this is my first time doing this joke. I don't know what the fuck this joke finna do. But my confidence is me lying to myself like they gonna be dying when I say this shit. This shit motherfucking hilarious. Even though I ain't never performed this joke before, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna pretend this motherfucker finna be funny. Just to psych myself up and psych y'all asses into thinking that this shit funny. We'll find out after I say the motherfucker whether or not it's funny. But I'm coming in with the confidence of feeling like because I have the ability to perform well, y'all gonna fuck with it the way I fucked with it when I wrote that motherfucker. And that's with anything. Like I say, nigga, when it come to talking to women, when it come to women talking to men, confidence is something that the opposite sex deems to be sexy. Because it's like, nigga, I'm selling myself to you. If I'm not enthusiastic about me, why would you be? Like, nigga, if I don't feel like I'm fly, why would you think I'm fly? So when it comes to you hollering at women or you as a woman, dealing with men, like, nigga, don't no man want no bitch that lacks confidence. I don't want no overly humble ass bitch that don't think she fly. If you don't think you the shit, why would I think you the shit? What's going on, Smash? Smash explains it all, my nigga. I'll explain this in a later podcast. What you say? What's funny to you might not be funny to the next person. Keep grinding and perfect your jokes and keep going. And that's the fucking thing. Like I said, comedy is subjective. So, again, I come in with the confidence of feeling like what I said is funny. So even if y'all don't laugh, I don't blame y'all. I don't even blame my jokes, nigga. I just feel like, a lot of times these wasn't the jokes for this crowd. And again, like I say, nigga, when it comes to failure, you don't look at failure as, oh, they didn't laugh. I suck. I am not a good comic. These motherfuckers didn't laugh at these jokes. I should just quit. I ain't even good at this shit. Fuck it. I'ma stop. I'm gonna quit doing fucking comedy because these niggas didn't like these jokes. So I should just quit. Because honestly, that's something that I told JP with the whole New York trip. Nigga, that was the whole reason I went to New York to see if I could do comedy, if I belong in this craft, if there's a place for me in this game, my nigga. Luckily when I went, I saw a whole lot of success. But again, I also saw failure. I also saw difficulty. I also saw adversity, and it was another big ass part of why I'm so glad that I went. Financially, that shit fucked my ass up, nigga. I ain't gonna bullshit you, nigga. I came back home broke to some bullshit, my nigga. It was fucked up when I got home, nigga. My motherfucking car blew up on me, my nigga. I had spent way more money than I planned to spend, but I have zero regret for that trip. I'm so happy that I went. Nigga, it was worth the financial loss. It was worth the hardship that I came home to because I genuinely feel like, nigga, that shit was a life-changing experience, my nigga. If a damn show was a career defining experience. And what you say, Ebony, this really applied to what I had going on. Needed to hear this one. Oh, for sure. Good looking out, Bonsky. And that's the fucking thing. Like, nigga, you embrace your failure, my nigga. You embrace your fucking mistakes, my nigga. Like, nigga, when it comes to your mistakes, you should be paying way more attention to what you do in failure than what you do in success. Like, when you fail at something, you should be looking at every little detail of what led to that failure. Because success is whatever, my nigga. Success is something that happens. Especially because, and don't get me wrong, you pay attention to what you do in success too, so you know what to emulate. You know what to do again. You know what to repeat. But when it comes to those failures, that's when you really learn about yourself. Because a whole lot of what you did in success, my nigga, a lot of times success will spoil you. A lot of times when you see success too early in a lot of things, it spoils you. It lies to you. Nigga, success is a liar, my nigga. A lot of times when you catch success too early in a lot of shit, it lies and makes you feel entitled to success. A lot of entitlement comes with early success. So you feel as if you supposed to get all the laughs as a comedian. You supposed to win at basketball because you came in winning. You came in on a good team. You came in playing for a squad that put you in position to succeed. So you feel like you deserve that shit. And then when you find failure, it fucks you up. because you wasn't built to understand that that's a part of the game. You know, that's why a lot of times it's good to go and deal with those hard circumstances, to deal with failure, to fall on your ass, to take them fucking punches, because it lets you know that you built to do that shit, my nigga. It shows you what you got to do to avoid getting punched in your fucking face again. And what you say, Nora Jeff, is it better to bomb and fail early in your journey or later after you've been killing it for a while? Honestly, I feel like bombing early is better because you know what it's like to bomb. You know how bad that feeling hurts when you bomb. So when you get to the point of actually killing, it feel way better. You know, you understand that bombing is a reality. You know, a lot of times when you start off killing, again, when you start off with success, you start to feel entitled to that success. You start feeling like you just deserve it, nigga. You start feeling like, I'm so good, nigga. I've never bombed. I'm fucking amazing at this shit. I'm dope, nigga. I'm like Chappelle at this shit. Nigga, I'm like fucking Richard Pryor, nigga. I don't bomb. And then when you bomb, that shit hit way harder than it would have hit if you'd have just started out fucking up. You know, like imagine if your first time getting on a bicycle, you didn't fall off that motherfucker. Imagine, nigga, you didn't fall off the bike. So now you like, shit, nigga, maybe I could do 100 miles an hour on this motherfucking bike. Maybe I'm ready for a motorcycle. Then you fall off that motherfucker. That's a whole different fall, my nigga. Like a fall when you ain't fell in a while hurt way more than you used to falling. You know what it feel like to fall. You know, that's why in karate and a whole lot of combat sports, they start hitting you hard as fuck in the beginning, so you know what it's like to get hit. Yeah, you see that shit hurt, huh? You don't want to get hit again, do you? Move your fucking head. Like they show you failure early. They let you know what failure feel like early, so you know that you can deal with that shit. You know, that's why, like I said, when I went to New York, you know, I was still brand new in comedy, so it was good for me to go into Truth in Queens, my nigga. Truth told me everything I know, nigga. Like something that my nigga, shout out Big Vino. Nigga, Vino was like, nigga, Truth will tell you the truth. Nigga, Truth will show you the truth. Nigga, Truth will show you where you are in comedy, my nigga. That shit will definitely let you know, nigga. You thought you was this motherfucker up here. You're down here. You thought you was the invincible comedian. That motherfucker gave you that ass whooping, my nigga. You know, like I said, nigga, I wasn't like mad or I didn't feel dejected when I left Truth. Like I definitely was like, "Whoo, shit, that hurt." You know, but at the same time, like nigga, it raised up my hunger. It didn't dissipate it, my nigga. Like that shit raised up my energy. Like it made me feel like I cannot wait to get on stage again because I owe these niggas an ass whooping. Like nigga, I owe these niggas another fade, my nigga. Like when I go back to New York, I want to go back to Truth. Like I owe Truth another fade, my nigga. Like I gotta go back in that motherfucker and catch a dub. Like y'all niggas gave me a L. I ain't gonna front. Like y'all was tough. Y'all had hands. I see what y'all working with. I'm finna come back, nigga. I'm ready for y'all motherfucking ass this next time, nigga. Watch when I go back, my nigga. You know, like that's genuinely how I view failure. Like a whole lot of what I do, like nigga, when I fuck up at something, I can't wait to do it again because I owe y'all niggas a success now. Like I'm not leaving on the L, nigga. Like that's not my mentality. That's not my approach to life, my nigga. Like I don't take losses and feel like, oh damn, I guess I gotta quit. No, nigga, I can't wait to get my get back. I can't wait to get my motherfucking revenge, my nigga. I'm coming back to. I need a scalp on this next one, my nigga. You know, and that's the thing, nigga. Like after I take my L, all right, nigga, let me go review. Let me go review the film. Okay, nigga, let me see. All right, I didn't involve the crowd. I fucked up there. I should have did some crowd work. I should have said something. I should have acknowledged what was going on. I should have, you know, brought up this and brought up that because I did like a little bit of that shit, you know, but I damn sure didn't do as much as I should have, nigga. I got straight to the material, my nigga. You know, I said a couple things and I got straight to the material. I should have kept the crowd involved in what I was doing. You know, again, when you make mistakes, like you literally got to look at it like that. Like, okay, we lost the game. We didn't rebound effectively. We got in foul trouble early. We had too many turnovers. We were making mental mistakes. We didn't share the ball. We didn't involve our star player enough. Like we didn't pause. We didn't pound it down low, my nigga. Like we didn't do the things that we're used to doing when we do well. Next game, we got to do way more of this. We got to do way more of that, nigga. We got to approach this thing with the understanding that failure is a possibility if you don't perform well. Like that's the thing, like the balance of confidence and humility. Like I did a whole episode about that shit. The confidence of understanding that you can succeed, but the humility of understanding that failure is a possibility if you don't perform to the best of your ability. And what you say, Baylor, that's a higher level of confidence and maturity. True. And that's what I say all the time. Like that's literally the aim of the Too Much Game podcast is to impart the confidence of understanding that anything that you do, you can succeed at if you approach it properly, my nigga. If you have the understanding that failure is a possibility if you don't perform to the best of your ability, like that's the confidence that you should have when you fail. The understanding that success is possible. I just didn't reach it because I didn't approach this properly. I didn't prepare enough. I didn't practice enough. I didn't have my hands in the right place on the ball to shoot that motherfucker right. I released the ball too early. I released the ball too late. Nigga, there was something that I did incorrectly that led to this failure. So now what I have to do is go back, assess where I went wrong, and do this shit correctly, my nigga. I didn't do this shit right. I didn't approach this shit right. Same like I say with comedy, with hip hop, with any of that shit. Okay, where did I fuck up? I didn't take this shit serious. I didn't ride the beat correctly. Pause. If you a hip hop artist, like nigga, when I wrote this song, I didn't approach that shit right, or it just wasn't the right sound for the moment. I didn't market the song well enough. Like there was something that I did incorrect. Like a lot of times the reason that a lot of motherfuckers fail and continue to fail is because instead of looking at failure as you doing something wrong, you look at other people and try to blame other people, or you try to blame circumstances, or you blame timing. You blame the crowd. The crowd wasn't into it. The crowd wasn't paying attention. Oh, nigga, I didn't do well because these niggas wasn't smart enough. These niggas wasn't, oh, my jokes was too good. My jokes was too intricate for them. They didn't have the mental capacity to understand how good my jokes were. You just didn't have the capacity to tell your jokes at a level that they could understand. That was the problem. It didn't have nothing to do with their ability to laugh because the comic before you made them laugh, the comic after you made them laugh. It's you, not the crowd. That's the thing, nigga. When it comes to a whole lot of these things that you do in basketball, nigga, the shots wasn't falling because you wasn't shooting well. Ain't had nothing to do. Oh man, it's a double rim. Oh man, it was a chain net. Oh man, the wind was blowing in the stadium. The crowd was too loud. The floor was slippery. So why did the other team do so well and you fucking sucked? Like that's the thing. A lot of times, niggas continue to fail because they never take accountability for their role in their failure. There's a lot of motherfuckers literally running around through life, failing at life. Because instead of looking at what you didn't do right, instead of looking at the things that you're not currently doing right, you want to blame this nigga, this bitch, the white man, your baby mama, your kids, where you live at, what town you was born in, your parents, how you was raised. You blaming every fucking thing but your fucking self. You want to look at this motherfucker over here. Oh man, if it wasn't for my baby mama, if it wasn't for child support, if it wasn't for my abusive ass parents, if it wasn't for my upbringing, if it wasn't for the town that I was raised in, there's niggas that come from the same town as you succeed. There's motherfuckers that was homeless when they was little, like you was homeless when you was little.
and they succeed. There's motherfuckers who had an alcoholic, abusive father. There was motherfuckers who had a mama that was a hoe selling pussy on Fig. There's motherfuckers that came from way worse circumstances than you, and they succeeded, my nigga. There was some motherfuckers that was homeless at every point in their life, and they still succeeded. There's literally a motherfucker right now with no arms and legs succeeding. There's motherfuckers that's blind succeeding. There's motherfuckers who are deaf succeeding. Some motherfuckers that's sick. They got all type of ailments, all type of physical debilitating situations, and they are seeing success. Your failure is your fucking fault. Until you can acknowledge the fact that you failing because of something that you're doing or you're failing to do, you'll always be a failure. You'll always be fucked up. You'll always be broke. If every time something don't go your way, you looking for another motherfucker to blame for why you ain't get what you needed, why you didn't do what you were supposed to fucking do, you'll always fail. You'll stay in that failure. You'll live in that failure. You'll always be a failure. Because instead of looking in the fucking mirror, you want to look outward. You want to blame the weather. You want to blame the fucking economy. You want to blame Donald Trump. You want to blame the price of eggs. You want to blame gas prices and your fucking transmission. Like I tell motherfuckers, a big reason that I've never been a fucking empathetic person is because I've never been allowed to make excuses for my bullshit. I wasn't raised like that. Like I never was able to fucking say, "Oh well, my homework didn't get turned in because my dog ate that shit." Oh man, I didn't make the fucking basketball team because the coach didn't like me. He didn't like my shoes. The floor was slippery. Oh, I didn't get this. I didn't succeed. I didn't get an A plus. No, nigga, you didn't get an A plus because you ain't do your fucking homework. Nigga, you didn't get on a basketball team because your ass wasn't good, nigga. You fell off your fucking bike because you was showing the fuck off. You got hit by that fucking car because you didn't look left and right when you walked into the fucking street. Like, nigga, you failed because you fucking failed. Not because this nigga tripped you. Not because this happened. Nigga, you don't blame the world. You blame you. You fucked up because you fucked up. That's the thing. A lot of motherfuckers like to blame everything for why they fucked up except them fucking up. You don't want to blame you being a fuck up. You want to blame the bitch around the corner. You want to blame your fucking baby mama. That you fucked up because instead of blaming you, you blamed your baby mama. Instead of looking at what you did, even when it come to your motherfucking baby mama, instead of blaming your fucked up taste, instead of you blaming you choosing your dick over you choosing a good woman, that's why you fucked up. That's why you got this stupid ass fucking baby mama. Because you knew she was a punk ass bitch when you met her, but you still got her pregnant. You still got into a relationship with her. That's why. That's why you got a fucked up baby mama. And granted, we have situations where you was in a good, healthy relationship and you didn't know that this person was gonna turn into the demon that they ended up being. But again, nigga, a lot of times you got to take accountability for your role in that. Why is this bitch so mean to you? What is it that you did to get this bitch so mad that she just evil all the goddamn time? Again, like a lot of this shit, it comes with accountability. Like I say all the time, my nigga, like a whole lot of why I have the approach to life that I have, a whole lot of the reason that I have the successes in life that I have is because I always take accountability and responsibility for my role in all of my misfortune, my nigga. Good, bad, ugly, things that are perpetual, things that happen one time, situations that I'm in right now that I constantly deal with on a daily basis. I'm always trying to ask myself, like, what the fuck did I do to put myself in this fucking position? Like, what the fuck did I do wrong to get me here? Like, where did I fuck up at? Like I don't be like, oh man, my bitch ass baby mom, man, my punk ass, blah blah blah, nigga, this fucking shit. Oh man, no, nigga, like, what the fuck did I do to get me here? What's going on? Say, being official, what's the deal? Like that's the thing. Like, nigga, until you could take accountability for your role in all your failure, you gonna meet failure at every turn. Like something that I always say, my nigga, like God gonna keep you in the motherfucking classroom until you pass that class. Until you learn that lesson, you gonna constantly stay in that classroom. You gonna keep on meeting these failures until you realize that it's your role in those failures happening, my nigga. Until you realize that it's you making you fail, you gonna keep learning that same fucking lesson. You gonna keep bumping your fucking head on that same branch until you learn that it's your job to duck under that motherfucker. That's the thing, nigga. It's a whole lot of failure that a lot of us keep bumping into because we keep missing the fucking lesson. So God keeping us in that fucking classroom. What's going on, Rodis? Like that's the fucking thing. Y'all niggas check out the Rodis Live podcast, my nigga. Shout out my nigga Rodis Hunt. Like that's the fucking thing, dog. Like a lot of us keep meeting these same failures. A lot of us keep learning these same fucking lessons because we literally looking for everybody to blame, but our mistakes, our shortcomings, our failures, us not doing something right, us not preparing, us not looking at what we did wrong the last time we fucked up and doing it over so we could do it right the next time. Nigga, you got four stupid ass motherfucking baby mamas. Because instead of being like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't deal with these raggedy ass, broke, project ass bitches with no ambition. Maybe instead of valuing how good the pussy is, I should be looking at how good she is as a woman, how good she is as a mother, how well she handles her business, how responsible she is, how well she takes care of things, how she deals with problems, her emotional intelligence, how she takes care of herself, how she deals with things not going her way. Maybe I should vet these bitches before I get their ass pregnant. Maybe I should be around this bitch a little longer. Maybe I should look at her family upbringing. Maybe I should look at her relationship with her father, her relationship with her parents' relationship with each other. Maybe I should look at how this motherfucker was raised. How she deals with things. Maybe I should do a little more research on this fucking bitch before I bust a nut in her motherfucking ass. Again, personal accountability, my nigga. Looking at your role in a whole lot of the situations that you in, my nigga. Motherfuckers be so quick to blame this motherfucker, that motherfucker, this circumstance, the time of day, the fucking weather, how slippery the floor is, what fucking shoes you had on that fucking day. You blame everything but why you fucked up. You blame everything but your lack of a fucking accountability. And that's why you always fail, my nigga. And what you say, Nord, can you over blame yourself for failures? It's possible, like I said, like a lot of times that's when niggas get discouraged and not do things because they felt like they just not good at shit. And that's a whole lot of what this episode was about, my nigga. Like not going too hard on yourself and feeling like you can't do something because you've made mistakes. But at the same time, a whole lot of that is again, like you being accountable for the mistakes that you made. Nigga, not you saying that I'm not good, I'm a failure, I'm stupid, I'm slow, I'm not good at what I'm doing, I shouldn't be doing this, I should never date again because I'm just a piece of shit, terrible ass person. You don't do that, but you for damn so look at you again, your role in what you did. You don't blame yourself. You just hold yourself accountable for what you did wrong. You got to be realistic in everything that you do. You got to be realistic in the mistake that you made. You know, maybe I just didn't choose the right person. Not that I'm just a bad judge of character. I just made an incorrect decision. It's not that I'm a bad boxer because I got my ass whooped. It's nigga, I just wasn't moving my head and I kept getting hit. I wasn't shifting my feet into the right positions. I kept letting that motherfucker get me into the corner. Or that nigga was just bigger and stronger than me. He was more experienced than me. He was just an opponent that was better than I was because that happens too, my nigga. Like that's the thing. Again, when it comes to failures, nigga, sometimes you just was bound to fail. Success is always possible, but sometimes, nigga, there's situations that you in that you just didn't have the proper fucking equipment. You just wasn't the right motherfucker for the job. And again, you don't look at that as something that you shouldn't do ever again. You just look at it as maybe that's just not the venue for me. Maybe I just ain't good at doing comedy in clubs that don't speak English. And That's the only language I motherfucking speak. Them niggas wasn't laughing because they didn't understand fucking English, my nigga. Like, things happen, but again, you take the accountability for that shit and you move accordingly. You move according to the understanding that you've learned from the failure that you took, my nigga. You don't go hard on yourself and feel like you are bad because you failed, because again, everybody fails, my nigga. Like I talk about, like, the things in my life that were big life-changing experiences for me. The books that I've read in life that I deem to be life-changing books. A lot of times the books that I use as references for life, a lot of the books that me I feel like are the most powerful lessons that I've learned in life, my nigga. Yeah, you think of books like The 48 Laws of Power. You think of books like Pimp by Iceberg Slim. Like, you think of War and Peace. You think of books like The Art of War. Nigga, some of the books that have taught me some of the greatest lessons in my life, like one of the books that I reference a lot when it comes to, like, literally powerful lessons that I've learned in life, bigger than the Four Agreements and books like that, Everybody Poops. That's one of the greatest books I've ever read, nigga. Everybody Poops. Because, nigga, we all shit, my nigga. That's a real fucking lesson for life. Everybody shits. No matter what happens, we all take shits. Elephants take shits, lions, tigers, bears, the president shits, everybody shits. We all fucking poop, my nigga. Same with mistakes, my nigga. Everybody makes them. We all got assholes. We all shit and it stinks. All of our boo-boo stink, no matter what. Your favorite actor, Denzel Washington, he go in that bathroom, shit stink. Beyonce, shit stink. LeBron, shit stink. Jordan, shit stink. We all shit and it all stinks, my nigga. It's the perfect metaphor for life in general. It's what sums up this whole fucking episode. I literally have an episode of this show. The reason I did today's episode, it's a recap of an episode that I've done early, my first year in podcasting. Name of the episode, Everybody Poops, my nigga. Because that's what this episode is. It's the understanding that everybody fucks up. Everybody fucking makes mistakes. But again, your mistakes shouldn't define you. They should refine you. And I'm gonna drop the mic on that shit. This has been your host, Uncle Dolemite, for the Too Much Game podcast, live from the sanctuary once again. If you would like to support me financially, you can cash at me at Uncle Dolemite, Uncle Dolemite, or get you some merchandise at Too Much Game Podcast.store, TOO Much Game Podcast.store. Let me see what Roddy said. I made them crazy. The kids are what matters. I would never allow them to be a part of the toxicity group raised to church and continue to grow. Exactly, my nigga. But support all the motherfucking podcasts that fuck with me, all the homies. Rodis, the Rodis Live podcast. Britt Renee, I could talk about this all day podcast. Baylor, lion ass motherfucking Baylor. BTG for President podcast, Open Run with BTG podcast. Shan, ShanBePoddin.com, CHAN, Shan, CHANBEPODDIN.com. She got 1,000 podcasts. Check all them motherfuckers out because they all good. Poddin Saved Our Marriage, King Germ and Queen Germ. Smash explains it all. I'll explain all this later podcast. Sports for You Wrestling. Motherfucking Cool Out Corner podcast. The Real Spill podcast. Motherfucking the Jock Johnson podcast. It's a gang of them. I got a gang of homeboys and podcasts, my nigga. 12 Kyle, the billionaire. 12 Kyle podcast. Motherfucking Rap Soul podcast. Baylor and fucking 12 Kyle. 2 Tupac Shakur, both them niggas got 2 shows. Shout out to them motherfuckers. Shan got 200 shows. Shout out to her. Heaven's World podcast. I could do this shit all day, my nigga. I fuck with the gang and podcasters and shit that I listen to all the time. But follow my YouTube. If y'all motherfuckers here, you know I got a personal YouTube page now, nigga. Fucking Uncle Dolemite on YouTube, nigga. Shout out to me. Too Much Game podcast. Follow me on all social medias. Uncle Dolemite on everything. Yo Mama Boyfriend on TikTok. But I've been running my mouth too long, my nigga. I'm thirsty. I ain't here to help you get bitches. I'm here to help you get better. Too Much Game.